now hope they start this the right way. Squish, the cartoon series, was amazing. But this one huge disappointing thing is basically HBO Max. Look, I don't hate HBO Max. I like the streaming service. It's very entertaining. Got whatever I like in the streaming service. The only problem is they do not promote their own cartoons. And something that I have to sort of dig in. If they don't actually own it, they won't promote it. Barely. I mean, they tried to promote it. I remember I watching a little commercial of Squish last year, but never gave a sort of month or day. They gave it 2021, but never really tell you, oh, this exact time and date. No, they just dropped it. Well, giving that much fanfare. In fact, the only way I knew this actually existed when they dropped it is because the Afro J show, if I think I say his name wrong. Per Image, who I'm talking to, he's the only one who did a sort of an episode review, just breaking down what the show is in the first episode. That's his thing. Yeah, I only knew because of him. After that, I tried to dig in HBO Max. Like, oh yeah, they're not one, but like two shows that really weren't promoted well. They sort of mentioned it, but never describe when. And you see what I mean? It's the show of HBO Max never really trying to promote their cartoons. They like to promote their movies and their own regional TV series, but anything they acquire is that not well known, they just drop. They don't ever explain. And that's what sort of pisses me off because this cartoon is pretty amazing. It's one of those things that is an educational show, but it's two ways to make an educational show. One way is actually focus on the education, look straight to the viewers, explain them, and what could it do next. Charming character personality. You know what I mean. But the second way they chose is the fact show the educational thing, but not make it as the main point in this series. They sort of give you a little clue of what this is, or a little fun fact in each episode, and use that one fun fact, narrate it in the story, and just entertain you. And that is the best way to at least teach people and get entertained while annoying them or feeling they're actually learning something. And Squish delivered this perfectly. Of course, it helps. It has very much material of the original books called the same name, Squish, who have total of, I think, 9 books. And this is a, if I remember right, French book thing. They got adapted over there. They made it a cartoon. In fact, the book and the cartoon art designs are completely different. I mean, you could tell the difference you put them side by side. You're just like, yeah, I prefer the cartoon design than the comic book designs. But once more, it got so popular, decided to make a cartoon. First season, 52 episodes. I don't know if that's season 2, but it's one of those cartoons. It's sort of completely worth watching. Now, the story of Squish is about our main character called Squish, whose daily life he lived through, but only dropping a little fun facts in between to understand these creatures, this amoeba, sort of breaking down where they live is sort of a pond in order in working with their society, their school, and their friends and life of each amoeba. But I think it's one of the biggest strengths about this series is how they use a fun fact to actually focus. Let's just say Squish can create a shield. He uses this shield to protect himself and anyone who attempted to hurt him, but he never uses it until now because of this bully. But I love that they focus on this sort of idea. Amoebas can use shield. What if the shield never goes away, or because Squish is just too scared to turn it off? Now he actually annoying other people with the shield, and this bully germ tempted to do anything to get his attention to hurt him. But you have another second layer that the bully germ is not technically a bully, is how he was built. He was huge to scare other amoebas away, defending the rest of the society. And that is sort of clever. That Squish is overthinking this, that he's not a bully because how big he is. It's just he's assumed he is. But I love that sort of clever narrative using fun facts to build the story. And that's the thing, it grabs you. It does sort of a kind of war on garble, kind of creative ideas, a simple idea, you make it run with it. What if this happened? What if you can solve this answer with this? And that's why each episode is so unique and different. I think another good example is Polly has a pet dog Squish that is give you a fun fact that dog squishes or this squish thing doesn't really have brains. It's a moron. He doesn't know what to do. But he runs away and they're trying to capture him and they ever got lost. Sort of like a maze. But the dog squish can get out of different places, scenarios, because it's a blob. He could go any direction. Other creatures cannot do that. And that is sort of clever narrating in the fun fact in the story. And I can't have enough of it because each episode is so unique. Now, the characters themselves, for example, Squish, the main character, how to describe him, he's sort of a laid-back kind of guy, kind of chill, but over in aesthetic, that he excited in anything new and something interesting, or scared. He has a lot of personality. He really stands out. But I think his other side characters also kind of help him out maybe more, like Pod. He's the one who basically is sort of the double D type of character. He's always in order, always preparing, but at the same time, that's his biggest weakness. That he overdoes things, he blows in the face, or tries something new and scientifically and goes awry. But one character that does really stand out is Maggie. Maggie steals the show every single time she's there. She's sort of very girly, charming, bubbly personality. Do you want to hate so much, but you can't because they dedicated of that sort of personality. It's a way to make a generic character likable, but the question is, are you faking it or fully committing it? And Maggie fully commits. The voice actress just nailed her performance so well that you can't have another her. Especially, she doesn't feel fake. And that's why I very enjoy this performance of a voice actor. That you understand Maggie. She is a full character. I mean, the other character like Squish and Pod, they are full characters, but it takes a while to figure out what they actually are, what their personalities are. That's why I sort of not give it a good description of them just for Maggie. Maggie is just a good character in total. But once more, it doesn't ruin the whole show or anything. Everything works as well. But I think one of the interesting things about this is I never got bored. It's one of those things it's hard to do, not to bore you with fun facts while doing anything. And that's why I kind of reference this sort of gumball idea storytelling. That they use this sort of creative thing and they keep adding it or run wild with it. I think one of the big and interesting things is this show has continuity. Not a huge continuity, but whatever happens one thing or you meet another character does come back later on. But I love it. Everything has a reason to actually happen. Everything has an explanation. You have to watch every single episode just to appreciate it. I mean, you don't need to watch every single episode. You can watch any random episode and you still get the full effect. It's just if you're one of those people who are dedicated to watch the whole season, it will pay off. Besides that, I can't really tell you so much how great this series really is. Very likable, funny, enjoyable, and very clever of all the fun facts. If something is unjust, what I said right now is not enough to show you how good the show really is. Now, I really got nothing negative to say because it's kind of hard to say anything negative. The only thing is, probably you don't really like one episode or two, but once more, that's pretty normal for any series. Besides that, I highly recommend it. I got nothing really else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day.